So for the mainline design of the fan in TURBOdesign Pre, we start by selecting the machine type, which is axial fan in this case. Then the next section is the specs tab, and here select the impeller component because we have the isolated rotor, and then the design point specifications, which is the total to total pressure in this case, also the rotational speed and volume flow rate, which are generally part of the specs, and the fluid, of course, in this case is incompressible flow, low speed airflow, and some inlet conditions. The next section would be stage composition, and in this case we only have the impeller, and so we give some more details about the impeller. So the inlet absolute flow angle is 0. We are assuming a fully axial flow at the inlet. The axial velocity ratio basically determines the outlet area with respect to the inlet, and in this case it's the same as the inlet area, so we specify it as 1. The hub angle is we can only specify this if we don't have any optional parameters, so for now we can leave it out. We can also specify the axial chord at the hub and shroud, so it can either be calculated from the solidity, or in this case, since we know the actual values, so we can specify them explicitly like this. And finally, the optional parameters, the inlet, hub and shroud diameter are known, and so we can specify them as well. And we can actually do something in the advanced tab, and here actually if we don't have a free vortex work distribution at the outlet, then we can specify a value greater than 1 here at the trailing edge, for example. And what this means is we'll have more work at the shroud as compared to the hub, and there will be a linear variation, so a linear increase of work from the hub to the shroud at the trailing edge. And we have also specified the impeller trailing edge as vertical. We don't really need to change the convergence parameters, and then we can run the calculation, and in less than a second we have the meridional shape for the axial fan, as we can see here, and also a detailed report on the impeller. So we have the total to total and total to static estimated efficiencies, and we also have the work distribution. So RVT star is the work coefficient, so we have the values at the hub, midspan, and the shroud, and we can see this linear increase which we had actually specified earlier. And we have some more details on the impeller, such as the velocity triangles as well. And then finally we can save the files from which will be later used for the 3D design of the impeller blade in TURBOdesign 1 using this button here.